After we began the first event of the MSL season, we have to begin the B-League as well. So we're here for the first event of the B-League, Archery. This is the same rules that we saw at the qualifiers, the Super Cup, and Event 1. Going to be the most common event this season. As you can see our rules right there. Of course, they want to get as close to the white as possible because the white is worth 10. If shots taken in the middle, it's the average. See, everyone excited to see these B-League teams. The first time you can see our teams there, our B-League teams. They'll also be competing in that order from left to right. So we're going to start off with our test run, the Spicy Ramen, one of our test teams here. Down they go. It's going to be their first shot comes with the 7, then a bullseye there, then an 8, then another bullseye. The Spicy Ramen, they've slowly gotten better. Their first one was terrible, and they're going to give it 35 here. So that's actually a very good run. That would have been top 2 in the... That would have tied for the win in the MSL. Or it would have been second, yeah. Now the Night Ninjas. They beat the Spicy Ramen. Started off terrible, but they slowly improved at this event. They start off with a decent, then an 8 there, then a 7, and when there's a collision there, that marble end up scoring. They're going to end up getting a 7, so it's going to be 29, though. It's an okay run for the Night Ninjas. It's first for now, but that is because they are also the only run to have gone so far. See that last marble? That was actually a good curl. It could have been a disaster, but they still managed to get a 7. That's the Coffee Crew. One of our strongest teams from Season 1, the runners-up, but somehow they failed to qualify for this season. Down they go. They start off with an 8. That's a good start. Then they get a 6.5, then another 7. They're going to need a bullseye for something to go right here. Oh, they're not going to get it. That's going to be a 0. Cafe got in the way of... I think that was Americano, and that's a 0. 21.5. A horrible score for the Coffee Crew. And that is going to be contender for last place. That would have been 15th in the main MSL, only beating the Slime Balls. And yeah, that is very disappointing for that historically very successful team. Is the Brilliant Blues up next. They lost their perfect attendance this season. They struggled in Season 2. They didn't get a single medal, but they did get tons of 4th place. They start off with, I think, a 6, then a 7, then an 8, and another 8. So it's going to be a decent score from the Brilliant Blues. And it's 29 that is on to first right now through a tiebreaker. So they start for the Brilliant Blues, but these first few runs have not been impressive considering in the main MSL we saw over half of the teams get over 30. It's now Team Sunbeam. They were the champions of the season before MSL Season 1, but their time here has not been fun. They get it. I think that was 2 8s and a bullseye. That's going to be a very good run from Team Sunbeam. I'm certain that's going to take the lead. But what will that score be? 32, right? So it's a decent score. It would have been top among the best in the MSL. Not a podium, but it's first for now. Congratulations to Team Sunbeam. Is what they want to do there. Is the Radio Waves. This team had a heartbreak. They missed out by 1 point in the qualifiers, and that was because they finished last funnel endurance. They have a poor first marble. Get an 8, then another 8. If they can get a good final marble here, this will be a good run 8. So it might be second for now. Yes, it is, based on a tiebreaker. We've had 3 teams go 29 so far, so that seems to be very common. But there are tiebreakers based on first, second, and third highest score. So the Radio Waves, after trying to recover from their heartbreak in the qualifiers. Now the Obscure Orbs go up next. This team was horrible in the qualifiers. They did almost nothing. Finishing dead last in their group, I believe, or they're there for a lot of it. They get a 7, then a 6.5. They go down the last 2 at about the same time. It looks like an 8 and a 9. And it's going to be 30.5. That's into second for the Obscure Orbs. So a good start here for the B-League so far, as long as this result holds. Also our halfway mark run of B-League Event 1. The Obscure Orbs fans are pretty pleased with that. And these runs, they have not matched the quality we saw in the A-League so far. Team 70, the Obscure Orbs, only teams to crack 30 so far. The Radio Waves holding on to a podium at the moment. In third, the Coffee Crew. They had a terrible run. They're kind of in a league of their own at the bottom there. It's time to get into our second half of runs here with the Midnight Skies, our Season 1 champions, who somehow they only missed out on qualification by 1 point for the season, and they failed to qualify in the qualifiers. Their first 3 marbles, they've been decent. Could they get a good final marble? No, that's going to end up costing the Midnight Skies 27.5. That is 6th out of 7 so far in the penultimate position, and the Season 3 woes continue for the Midnight Skies, at least for now. They are unarguably the best team here, considering they have a championship. It's now the Popsicle Pride. 8. They also were very close to qualifying automatically, but they did not do it and failed to qualify in the qualifiers. And that actually looks decent. Their third marble gets a bullseye. What will it be in the end for the Popsicle Pride? 34.5. They got 2 bullseyes. I didn't even notice that. The Popsicle Pride have just taken the lead in this event. That is what they are hoping for. This team, one of the better teams in MSL Season 2, but a disappointing qualifiers led them to being here. Now the Ivory Angels, one of our relegated teams from last season, finishing in the penultimate position in the B League. Down they go, 8 and a 5. Not a good start. This is not matching their Super Cup run, and yeah. They won this event in the Super Cup, but they only get 27 here, and they're in the penultimate position. Very disappointing for the Ivory Angels. This is not how they wanted their run to go at all. Fans, of course, very disappointed. The security squad, they actually had a good Super Cup, finishing in 3rd place, but they were relegated because they had a terrible B League. Down they go. It's going to be an 8. Oh no, I think I might have just saw a 1 there. There was a big collision there between one of their marbles. It's a 2, and that's going to end up costing them 25 points, and they are now in the penultimate position. Yeah, these runs have certainly not matched what we saw in the main MSL. The security squad fans disappointed. Now our Season 1 hosts, Team Forest. This team has struggled to get medals. They only have 1 medal in 28 MSL events. They get down at 6, then a 7.5, another 7.5 maybe, and an 8. So it's going to be mid-pack here, 7th out of 11. Yep, 28.5. So mid-pack, maybe lower mid-pack for Team Forest in today's event. That's where they usually always are. Now the Mint Monarchs, they had a good Season 1, finishing 5th, but it's been downhill ever since. They haven't been able to get anything right since Season 1. Oh dear, a terrible first marble, then an 8. The Mint Monarchs need to recover. A bullseye, that's going to help. What will their last marble do? It's a 7. I don't think that's going to be enough to salvage this run. Yep, it is going to be a mid-pack. Just barely not reaching the top half in 7th today with a 28.5. This means that the Popsicle Pride have won this event in front of Team Sunbeam, so congratulations to them and the Obscure Orbs rounding out that podium. Congratulations to all the teams up there, of course. First place automatically prone to the MSL, but it's only first place. And the bottom 2 teams are relegated, so that would be the Security Squad and Coffee Crew if it ended today. But there are still 5 more events of this B League. Popsicle Pride fans pretty pleased to get a win here in their first event. They're going to try to storm through this B League. So take a look at our podium. The Obscure Orbs in 3rd, Team Sunbeam in 2nd, and the Popsicle Pride end up getting the win today. So congratulations to all those teams there that are going to be pleased with their start to the B League. So we're about to take a look at our overall standings, which will not be very shocking. They're just the order of the results of Event 1, and there they are. Of course, the Popsicle Pride are top of the league in front of Team Sunbeam. But that's it for today. We hope to see you for Event 2 of the A League, the Sprint, followed by that, Event 2 of the B League as well, the Sprint. Goodbye, everybody.